What would happen if Hitler had won the Second World War? This is the reality no one would ever want to live in. Your language, if it isn't German, is spoken in whispers at home as a dangerous act of rebellion. Your history has been rewritten. Your heroes are now villains in your children's textbooks. Your traditions, folklore, folk songs, everything is on the list of cultural disintegration elements to be eradicated. Where would you be in this devastated human landscape? Would you be one of those who salute out of fear? One of those who disappeared for thinking differently? Let's see it. Let's enter the entrails of this monster. Forget everything you know. The world is no longer round and diverse. It is a solar system with a black sun at the center, Berlin. Europe is not Europe. It is Lebensraum made real. A living space turned into a human and resource farm. There is no France, no Poland, no Netherlands. There are Reichskommissariats, Reich commissariats. Norway is a giant naval base. Ukraine is the granary, worked by Slavic slaves under the whip of the Herrenfolk, the master race. The Swiss Alps are the playground of the Nazi elite. The Mediterranean is a German lake with bases in Gibraltar, Malta, and Cyprus. The Pharaonic Project Germania, the new world capital designed by Speer, rises over the bones of old Berlin with an arch of triumph so large it would make the one in Paris look like a toy. And you, if you are not in the correct racial category, are not a citizen. You are an Untermensch, a subhuman, a disposable resource. Africa is not spared. It is the Reich's backyard, systematically plundered. The Nazi project envisioned model colonies for Germans in regions like Namibia and Tanzania, displacing or eliminating the local population. The Belgian Congo, rich in minerals, would be the industrial heart of African exploitation. Imagine labor camps that would make those of the Roman imperial era look like luxury spas. Your skin, if it is not white and Aryan, is your death sentence, or, in the best case, perpetual slavery. In the Americas, paranoia is the common currency. The United States and Canada form a besieged fortress, the last democracy. Without lend-lease to the Soviets and the British, their economy is weaker. Without the influx of Jewish European scientists, their nuclear program lags behind. And meanwhile, the Reich promotes fascist regimes across South America. Brazil, Argentina, and Chile are Nazi satellite states. From there, campaigns of propaganda and sabotage are launched, and bases are prepared for the long-range missiles under development. The Monroe Doctrine is dead. In its place rules the Nazi doctrine of global living space. Your continent is no longer safe. It is the next target. And in the Pacific, the Japanese empire consolidates its sphere of co-prosperity. It is an equally brutal regime, with its own racial hierarchy. China is completely subjugated, its population subjected to terrible experiments like those of Unit 731, but on a continental scale. Australia and New Zealand live under constant threat of invasion. Prison islands, stranded in a hostile ocean. The world is effectively split into two spheres of totalitarian influence: the Berlin-Tokyo axis, dividing Europe, Africa, and Asia-Pacific, and a cornered United States, holding its breath while waiting for the final blow. Technology advances, but down the wrong path. The space race did not begin in the 1960s. It began in the 1950s, with Nazi A9, A10 rockets capable of reaching New York. The first satellites in orbit are not called Sputnik, they are called Ordenswachter, guardians of order. They are eyes in the sky, not for science, but for surveillance and control. The Messerschmitt Meg 262 jet aircraft are the backbone of a global Luftwaffe. Type 21 U-boats, almost undetectable to Allied technology of the time, patrol every ocean. But the most terrifying advance is in biology. Eugenics programs are not marginal, they are state policy. Improved human beings are bred, while the unfit are systematically sterilized. Medicine does not seek to cure, it seeks to perfect the race and eliminate weaknesses. Your body no longer belongs to you, it belongs to the state. It is an instrument for the eternal project of the Reich. Society is a machine of obedience. The Jugend is not a youth organization. It is the only education allowed. From age 6, children are indoctrinated in hatred, blind obedience, and the cult of the Führer. The traditional family is monitored because ultimate loyalty must be to the state. The Gestapo and SS are not secret police. They are the oxygen of fear. Their agents are everywhere. Your neighbor, the mailman, even your own child could be informants. Privacy has been erased. Party celebrations replace religious and folk holidays. Your mind is occupied territory. Cultural resistance is the only front, and it is a war of attrition fought in basements and with furtive glances. Reading a banned book can cost you your life. Listening to an Allied radio station is an act of high treason. The final result is not just a map. It is a human condition. It is the banality of evil turned into a system. It is waking up every day knowing your existence depends on not drawing attention, not standing out, not questioning. It is the sound of boots in the hallway at midnight, becoming the soundtrack of your life. It is the disappearance of the neighbor on the 5th floor and the complicit silence of everyone the next day. It is knowing humanity's progress has been diverted into a dead-end alley of hatred and control. It is a planet where diversity of thought, belief, love, and life has been exterminated in the name of an ideal of purity that is in itself the deepest impurity. It is the eternal night of the human spirit, a winter that never ends. This is the legacy of Hitler's victory. The reality that thanks to the sacrifice of millions, we never had to experience firsthand. And now I ask you, who has accompanied me on this journey into darkness, in the silence of your thoughts, when the lights go out, what would happen if Hitler had won the Second World War? This is the reality no one would ever want to live in. Do you think that in some corner of that world, love would survive? That compassion would find a way to bloom between concrete and barbed wire? Or do you think humanity would have lost its soul forever? Where would you draw the line between survival and complicity? This is not just a historical question. It is a mirror. Tell me. Leave me your reflection, your hypothesis of horror down below in the comments. Because keeping alive the memory of evil, even the evil that never was, is our most powerful vaccine. It is the beacon that ensures this what if remains always and forever in the realm of nightmares, never in that of reality. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and don't hesitate to leave your opinion in the comments section.